Hi guys, I'm kind of sad today because I got copyrighted from I Love Lucy. So, watch the election episode where Lucy and Ethel fight about being president. It's so good. I'll try again. I hope I can keep filming funny parts of Lucy. It's so hilarious. So today I was just thinking about famous Christians. So I like to study culture. Who doesn't? But some of the famous Christians. I just Googled it. I heard Wright Brothers, Eric Liddell. He is from the movie Chariots of Fire. He was in the 40s or 50s. He was a Olympic runner from England who would not run on Sunday. So that's a good story, Chariots of Fire. I actually met one of his students in China. He died in a war camp in China in, I think, World War II. Leonardo da Vinci, Martin Luther King, Pastor Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Newton, Pascal. If you Google famous Christians, historical Christians, you'll find a good list. Jane Austen, she had kind of a quiet life. Ward Cleaver, and you Leave It to Beaver. He was a reverend in real life, so he's a real nice guy, it seems. Modern people, Tyler Perry, he's one of my favorites. I think he was homeless at one time. Chris Pratt, I don't know too much about him, but seems like a nice guy. Carrie Underwood and Denzel Washington. And famous Christian women. Just wanted to put in there Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth, who helped their people escape from slavery and walked strongly with the good Lord. And I hope I don't get copyrighted, but I always like to read these little books with bobblehead figures. J.R.R. Tolkien, he was the author of The Hobbit. He was a Catholic gentleman. And I think he influenced C.S. Lewis. We all know Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So I think C.S. Lewis was an atheist, and I think J.R.R. Tolkien influenced him to be a Christian. We went here in Oxford in the pub, Eagle and the Child, I think it was called. He was a teacher at Oxford and also a writer. Tolkien's Christian faith was a huge influence on Lewis. I don't know if he led him to Christ, but this can be seen in the Chronicle of Narnia series. So there's a couple Christians. George Washington Carver, scientist, Christian. Yes, Christians can be scientists. A famous scientist who studied plants. George Washington Carver, he was born into slavery and studied, became an exemplary person and a great teacher, great leader. It sounds like, when you read this, it sounds like he worked super hard. Or I read another biography on him, and he just worked so hard. George was 8 years old. He was baptized a Christian because he loved nature so much. George always referred to God as creator. George went to church on Sundays about a mile away from the farm. During the week, he played with the neighborhood kids. Most of them were white. They went on to school, but he was not allowed to go to school. So this was a good story. I'll just do a few more. Who was Mr. Rogers? He's a good Christian children's leader, very kind, and everybody respected him. Christian or non-Christian, he always liked to get along with black, white, special ed kids, everybody. He was a very kind person, and he was a Presbyterian minister, I believe, as well as Ward Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver. Both of them Presbyterian, I believe. I'm not sure. Thomas Alva Edison, great inventor. And I remember reading in this book about the telegram, Morse code. Samuel Morse was born in Charleston. And then if you look later on, he could send the first official telegram. Morse tapped out words from the Bible. What hath God wrought? Isn't that beautiful? What hath God wrought? And the first, what is God doing? It went from first telegram message went from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, Maryland. First official telegram. What has God wrought? And then my last book I've read is Who is Pele? So Pele, rest in peace, just passed. This is kind of a weird bobblehead picture of him, kind of laying down. He seemed like a very exuberant, exciting man. Rest in peace. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to change to Who is Pele to Who was Pele. And he was a devout Catholic. So there you go. My little spiel, 6-minute spiel on famous Christians, influential Christians. And hopefully I'll get back to I Love Lucy tomorrow. Take care now. Bye-bye.